So how long does it actually take to get good at something? I've always heard this rule of thumb that it's 10,000 hours to become a master at something, whether that's like cooking or piano or coding, whatever, it's 10,000 hours.
You need to have practiced to have apprenticed for 10,000 hours before you get good. So every great classical composer, without exception, composes for at least 10 years before they write their masterwork.
Mozart, 10.
Mozart is composing at 11, but he's composing garbage at 11. I mean, he doesn't produce something great until he's 22 or 23. Concerto number 9, I think, 271.
Yeah, I mean, other than video work, I don't think I've ever put 10,000 hours into anything. I've dabbled with music, I can play piano, I can play a bit of drum machines and produce a little bit, but I've never actually finished an album. So yeah, this is the start of a 10,000 hour journey to make an absolute banger of an album. We're gonna start off with this thing. It's a little sampler that I picked up a while back. I picked it up just to mess around with, drums, and I recorded some piano stuff that I'd sample onto each of these pads just to, play into some songs. But I think this is a good place to start. We'll just lay down some cool sounding drums and...
Here we go. We're gonna make an album. It's gonna be a jungle track. It's gonna have some cool drum breaks. We're gonna have some atmospheric synths, and it's gonna sound like an LTJ in buttons. So whether that's realistic or just, me dreaming, welcome to Super 16. Right, so typically with jungle drums, people load them into a DAW like FL Studio or Ableton and then chop up the drums. And there's a couple different ways you can do that. You can either chop it up, each section corresponding to a MIDI note, and then you sort of play it in or write it in. Or you can load it into a sampler and either play the individual drum sounds or sections by hand, which is what we're going to do today. Okay. So, what are we doing here? We've made that little drum loop and I've spent a couple hours on it. I've tried recording some sound effects, I've tried recording a bass, and I don't know, I think it just sort of didn't really work out. I'm not really feeling it too much. Maybe the drum sample itself was a little too busy before I loaded it in, and I should have done some kind of processing to make sure that it, once it was played in, that it wouldn't just overtake the mix. And yeah, it happens, with creating. Sometimes you just miss. You just keep on missing until you hit something. So yeah, we gotta keep going.
Okay, so we had a little bit of a practice run. We laid down a little bit of a drum break, but a drum break doesn't constitute a jungle track. Now, I think the best way moving forward is if we listen to a song and then we sort of try to emulate what they're doing in terms of the way they handle the drums, the way they put in melodies, play samples and stuff. And I think, to me, kind of the pinnacle of what I want to achieve is what LTJ Buckham was sort of doing. And I think Demon's Theme Part 2 is like, just in terms of jungle music, drum and bass and stuff, so... So I think the focus for this is going to be creating that atmosphere. It's going to have to be gathering ambient bird sounds or maybe something that's almost melodic, almost percussive like that. Big, just wide pads and synths, and then a fairly simple bass line. It's just dun, 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 dun. Like, it shouldn't be too hard. It's just not complicating it, which is going to be the big issue for this. So Right, so I was in the middle of recording some stuff, and
The power has just gone out. I don't know if you can tell by how dark the room is. So I guess we'll have to record some other time. Okay, while the power's out, we're just gonna play a game of blackjack, and let's make it interesting. If I win this game, you gotta subscribe to me. You win this game, I gotta subscribe to you. Okay, I can't see your cards, but here, check it out. Okay, you're gonna hit? Okay, well, oh, perfect. All right, you got an ace, and you stand. All right, it's my turn now, so I'm gonna hit as well. Now for the big reveal. Oh, you got a 21. Fuck this. I love synths. They're honestly just the best blank canvas instrument out there because you can change the waveform and then like how waveforms affect each other, filters, resonance. You know, you can add effects like reverb, distortion, multiple voicings. You can change the way the keyboard actually plays the synth. Like, it's crazy. And yeah, honestly, there was no other way to go about this project than to hop on the synth and try to make some really deep, ambient, and wide noises. Okay, so I'm looking for some samples right now that fit into the source material of Demon's theme, and my head just went to wood pigeons for some reason. So yeah, we're gonna be using these sounds here. I think that's a good place to stop off. We've got a track that's pretty similar to our source material. We got a nice drum break in, we've got some atmospheric synths, and we've created some sound effects from scratch. Yeah, I mean, I think it's sounding pretty good, but we could definitely level it up for next project. So maybe next project we can focus on trying to create more layers and textures, or maybe we could even create our own drum break to sample around. Yeah, it's all up in the air, but every single time we're going to try and level it up. I'm also pretty open to trying different genres. If there's anything you guys want to see my take on, feel free to leave it in the comments and we'll probably get to it eventually. So yeah, pretty successful first 8 hours of this project. Only another 9,992 to go. Thanks for joining me on Super 16, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace. And we're just gonna let the beat play. If you want to hear the full thing, you know, without the video around, I'm also open to putting it on SoundCloud one day if there's a big enough demand for that. And there's a download in the description if you want to check it out. So enjoy.